just say stop. You know, people say, well, how do I control this? How do I do something different? How do I get my mind to stop torturing me with fear of future failure? I got to plan. I got to make sure I can manipulate these people. I got to make sure I get the next deal. I make sure, you know, all of this. Where does all this come from? You see, it's as if a supercomputer was just simply transmitting thoughts that everybody is picking up and believing because it's triggered from the unconscious, which is very susceptible to subliminals and hypnosis. That's how hypnosis operates and works. So, even geometric shapes have some kind of meaning or such that we have been taught to believe is true at some level, on this probably unconscious level. And so people will say, oh, I can't do anything with my hair because I just washed it, or I can't do anything with my mouth, or I can't do anything with my ears or my eyes or my nose or my tongue. The tongue is the hardest thing, in a sense, to control as to what we eat and what we say. But even harder than that is to actually control this mind. Divine mind is in the bliss state because it's us being. And from that point we witness and we observe, and we always trust and act from our self, our knowing, because we are wisdom. We have absolute wisdom because we are absolute. We are real. Now, when you say, just say stop, if you look at a stop sign, it's red. So what is that red? Stop. We've been trained to believe red means stop. Well, actually, according to the Vedas, red is the color of passion, which is kind of interesting. So we've got maybe a lot of different messages about the red or whatever, and the stop sign has 8 sides, so that's 2 fours. And so that's actually meant, in a sense, almost complete obliteration, or according to some of the meaning that is given to this. And the red, so every time you go to a stop sign, it's commanding you to stop being who you are, to hide out, to be safe. It's all of these subliminals, and we're analyzing, figuring out, because this is what this mind, false mind, does. It's a false ego. So we build then this ego, this false ego, as to how we've constructed ourselves to be, but we're not that. It's like we're actors donning our costume and our vehicle and playing these roles and these parts. But the problem is we've been playing the roles and parts in a play, a movie, a script that isn't ours. It's been given to us. And so the thing is, when the mind starts to go, because what tortures people, it's the mind. All problems start in the mind. They don't end in the mind, because this false mind only generates problems. So you keep thinking, because these thinking entities, you might say this virus of the mind, operates from your attention. And intention, meaning stay tense. Is it that? Something, you look at the words. Intentions, keeping tense, fearful, stressful, afraid, because that mind, that false mind, as you watch it, you get to understand its nature. And when you understand the source of any problem, you just send it back to the source of that problem. And so when your mind starts to terrorize you, or you're in a situation where you don't want to be, something's going on around you. This is an effect. We're not concerned with conditions. It's said by this person, Ernest Holmes. We're not concerned with conditions, but cause, and we're cause. And what effect is the expression or the outpicturing of our own mental image. Is called a mental equivalent. And so that means almost as within, so without. That means as you're contemplating, it's going to be expressing all around, because that's your perception. That's how you perceive it. because of the hypnotic trance that we have been under by agreeing and believing these fear-based, anger, war, violent-based thoughts that are not ours. It's not who we are. And therefore we're manipulated through all this sentimentality, all of this false loyalty to, in a sense, a psychopathic system that is not meant for your benefit, but sucks off of your energy field, your energy. So when you say stop, then picture this red stop sign with the 8 sides and just stop that mind from torturing you. And whenever you catch yourself, this is what happens. You're doing something else, all of a sudden the mind's going. You're not thinking, it's just, you're listening to it. And then when that mind says stuff, and you just start carrying it out, where's it going to lead, and what's it going to happen, and they say, I tell you, remember I told you a long time ago that I was in Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard, and there was a big sign, billboard, with a dog leaning up against a car, and this was for the LA Police Department. And the sign read, get involved in crime. Get involved in crime? I'm falling over. No way, I said, no way. See, a lot of these are just NLP commands. Do this. This is going to happen. Step back. Don't touch. And people go, oh, and they just in a hypnotic trance of being in the mind instead of in the center. Because when you're in your mind, you're unconscious. You're operating from the thought system rather than operating from yourself. And who do you trust, you or your thoughts? Oh, aren't I my thoughts? No. And how you're going to know? Just watch. And witness this. And when you say stop, then you send out that 8-sided red stop and command that mind to stop. And what you do then, breathe, bring into yourself, notice where you are, be here now, be there now, because everybody wants to be somewhere other than where they are at some level. And wherever you are, that's where you are. Yeah. I'm not really into this idea. I've got all kind of fragmented self everywhere, and this reality and that. I pull everything back to myself. I'm not fragmented. I'm not a fracking. No. And so when you pull all of your energy and all of your power into yourself, it's because you're not allowing the mind, these thoughts, what other people are thinking, what they're telling you on the news, what they're telling you about who to hate and who's your enemy and who to fight and who to get rid of and all of this, and it just generates all this fear. Take care of me, where we lose our sense of beingness. We aren't acting as divine beings who we really are. And therefore then we're always manifesting these thoughts. Because thoughts are words, words are sounds, sounds are vibration, vibrations are energy, and energy flows, lights. We emanate light. That's our nature. You don't go to the light. You emanate light. You go to yourself. And there is no one or no thing outside yourself that is more powerful than you are. Absolutely. And what is our best use of the time in the time game? First of all, so we go beyond time. It's a construct. Yeah, you have a watch, but where's time? Well, I can see it because everything's changing. Well, yes, changing because our concepts are changing. So every moment, feedback are past concepts. That's really what it is. That's all. We're not concerned with conditions. We're concerned with cause. So therefore, It isn't that you need to even have a higher thought, in a sense, or a lower thought. Is that from the state of your own knowing and being, you're so in harmony with nature, with others, with our partner, our beloved, who does it all for us, and loves and adores all of us, even enjoys us. Throw away the psychopathic God of war and vengeance and hatred. So stupid. Fear is not the opposite of love. That's to degrade love to the level of fear, as if it has the opposites, and both need each other to keep it going. No, that's called like and dislike. Rag and vesh in Sanskrit. Like and dislike. And that's all the mind is like. I like it, I don't like it, I like it, I don't like it, I like it, I don't like it, I like it. Yes, no, bad, bad. It's all goes. Ding, 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 ding. Hypnotic chant. Da, 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 da. Stop. Stop. Throw that stop sign, 8-sided red stop sign, at that. And the source of that, wherever that may be, and whoever that may be, throw that there. Complete obliviation, or Kenny said, disappearance, because you don't need it. It's false. Yes. And when you're in yourself, you're already home. You're there. That's it. So when you say stop to that which is not you, you go. Yeah. You're on. You're not on or off. You are total, complete, powerful, beyond words and labels, because that's what we're using. You know, and we are already aligned. We're already unified and consciously unified with everyone in this plane, this earthly plane, divine plane, all levels and all that, who are actually connected with and conscious of themselves as all unified and all working for the welfare of each other. Yeah, no games. No winners and losers. No elites and the citizens and the subjects. No. It's a joke. Yeah. Own your power. Power yourself. Keep on moving.